Hey you guys, what's up? It's Wadle J back again after a admittedly pretty long absence. I was working this summer. Today was actually my last day. Classes start tomorrow. What I've got new today is something that's not really new. I've had it for a little while, kind of. It was my dad's and he's had it for a long time, and he never shot it. He just left it in a little cabinet there at the house. It is, without further ado, Smith & Wesson. There it is. You see that? 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum. Guys, this is a powerful gun. This thing kicks now. I mean, this thing is, well, let's just say it's the largest handgun caliber I've ever shot. I've actually heard people who have shot this and the 500 say that this kicks more. Having shot this, I could easily see how this would have more recoil than the 500. This thing is awesome. Let's just go. Oh, before I do anything else, cylinders, all of them are empty. Happy? There's not even empty cases in here. Cylinders are empty. This gun is as safe as it can be. Here's the quick review / first look. I have shot this gun, obviously. I have not shot it very much. I've shot about 14 rounds through it, maybe 12, I'm not real sure. I'm about halfway through that first box of ammo that I bought with it. Well, not with it, for it. I am the only person who has shot this gun. Here is the muzzle brake / compensator that I have on it. It's actually got a port in the top, which is awesome. It's got these really cool looking ports on the side. This is one of two that come with the gun in the box. Here's the little like spring detent retainer thing you take out to change the muzzle devices on it. Here's the front side. It is a high-vis brand. Here's the barrel. It's like 7, maybe 8 inches. I don't know. I haven't measured it. The barrel actually ends right here, not out here, because as of right here, the muzzle device actually opens up, so there's no more back pressure on the bullets, so all the gas starts escaping around it, and then of course out the holes. So at this point, it might as well be in open space. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the length of the barrel. It's a long barrel, and it's got this full, I guess underlug is the word for it, which adds a lot of weight to the front of the gun. Really makes it heavy, kind of unwieldy, but soaks up a ton of recoil, so I can't complain. It has these serrations all along the top. I think the classic example is to, or the classic reasoning for these things is to remove glare. So when you're shooting it in bright sunlight, the glare doesn't like come back and mess with you. But I don't know if that's actually even, like, I don't even know if it does that, because every time I've been shooting it, the back, like the rear notch and the front sight are so high. Like, look at this elevation difference. There's like a ½ inch vertical difference between the sight and where all the serrations are. So even if this was, and on the rear it's the exact same way. So even if this was like a mirror finish, I still don't think glare would come up and mess with me. The rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. Like I said, I've only shot about 12 to 14 rounds through it, so I haven't even put enough rounds through it to 0, much less have I even noticed it not being on 0. I've just kind of gotten kind of close to something I wanted to shoot at, and I blasted it just for fun, just for kicks, pun intended. Honestly, just to get a feel for the gun. So I haven't had a reason, much less a necessity, to check or 0 this gun, and honestly I'm probably not going to for a long while because the ammo is expensive. Okay, moving down, this is the cylinder. Obviously it's a Smith & Wesson, so you push forward on the cylinder release, opens up. This thing, the plunger / extractor, is very smooth. Look at all the metal in that cylinder between the chambers. I don't know if it's like that because that's the kind of pressure that we're dealing with here, and if it was much thinner it would blow out, or if it's because this is an X frame, so they probably use the same cylinder blank in the 500, and in the 500 you would obviously need larger holes, which would mean you would have even less material in between the holes, and you would need that level of material for that round. And then this one, since it's just in the same frame, they just have a lot of extra. I don't know. You would have to talk to a Smith & Wesson engineer about that, but it's nice. I've got a little bit of a blast ring right there on those two, or scorch ring, scorch marks. I don't know what you call those, but there's two of them. I don't know why it's just on these two holes and not these three, but there it is. It's kind of weird, kind of dumb. Alright, now, it's so nice. The cylinder gap, if you can't see it, that's because it's extremely hard to see. It's very, very small. It's very, very tight. I can barely see it when I line it up, and I can only really see it when I have a bright light source behind it. The lockup on it is excellent. There's almost no rotation here at all. It's like a 64th of an inch or something like that. Like, it's so small you can barely notice it. Front to back, non-existent. Forget about it. It's not there. This is an excellent, excellent, well-made gun. Moving on, down below, once again, safety check, empty. Sorry guys, I am a bit of a safety nut myself. I don't like to dry fire guns unless I've checked it like within 30 seconds. Speaking of which, it's heavy. Obviously, it's a revolver. It's an X-frame, large caliber revolver, so it's going to have a very heavy trigger pull. But it's smooth. I mean, like the pounds required here. Safety check it again. Sorry guys, I'm kind of OCD. The amount of weight it takes to pull the trigger here is just about the same. Like, I honestly can't tell a difference anywhere on the trigger. It feels the same throughout. If there's a trigger that you can describe as heavy but smooth, it's this one. The single action on this gun is the exact opposite, and by that I don't mean it's not good. I mean it's super light, super short. Man, that's nice. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to do that again. Oh my gosh! All right, here, I'll get it on camera so you guys can see it. Oh boys, did you see that? Oh my gosh, let's see it again. Oh my gosh. Over travel? What does that even mean? This is the most excellent trigger I've ever felt. This is better than my rifle triggers. Then again, it costs more than my rifle, so I mean, you get what you pay for. In this case, you get a lot. It's excellent, excellent. Oh yeah. Let's look at this for a little bit. This is a side plate custom engraved for the NRA for this specific gun. This specific caliber. I was going to say in this specific frame, but this caliber only comes in X frame. It's 460, it's got an eagle, it's got stars, it's got stripes, it says National Rifle Association. It's also one of a limited run. This is number 52 of 1100. So this is a pretty nice little gun right here. The cylinder does have turn marks, so this gun will never be like 100% original condition, but whatever. I like to shoot guns, so that doesn't mean much to me. Plus, this thing has had very little abuse. It's had very little maintenance since it was bought, but has also had very little use since it was bought, so it's kind of evened out. Moving on to the end of the gun, the grips. These are, I have no idea what these are. I think they're like probably Hogue overmold. Anyway, as you can see, there's no tang exposed. There's no exposed frame right here. It's completely overmolded, and that's probably a good thing. You can see that gap right there. It actually squishes in. So when you shoot this gun and you experience its incredible recoil, because that's a good word to describe it, incredible recoil, it squishes in right there. So You have your hand sitting right there, it squishes in. Right here, it goes up and it squishes in against your hand right there. So the recoil, while stout, while impressive, really doesn't hurt that much. I mean, you just lock your hands, lock your arms in place, you get ready for it, you pull that trigger, and it goes off, and you know it goes off. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't hurt. It hasn't hurt me very much at all, really. But then again, the most I've ever put through it was like 5 rounds. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm Billy Bad A and I can like go out and shoot 50 or 60 rounds through it like it was nothing just for a warm-up. But then again, I can honestly say I've put 5 rounds through it like quick succession, like as fast as you would want to shoot one of these things, and it didn't hurt. And that's due completely to this grip and this weight. So in review, it's an extremely nice gun. You get what you pay for with this gun. If you can afford it and you want it, get it. It's awesome. But I mean, if you can afford it and you have ever wanted something like this, you want a big boy revolver, you want a big caliber, if you've ever considered it, I recommend it. You're going to get what you pay for. You're going to get a very, very nice gun. It's very, very well made. This is a performance center gun. I think all X frames, that includes all 500s, all 460s, I think all of them are performance center guns just because they're X frames. But this one is, and it is super, super nice. It is well made, it is well manufactured, everything on it is nice, brushed, stainless. I mean, really, what more can you say about this gun? What more could you want to know about it? Well, guys, that's my kind of in-depth review of the 460 Magnum with the long barrel. Once again, in conclusion, excellent, excellent gun. Is it an everyday carry piece? Maybe. It depends on where you're carrying. Bear country? Yeah. Carrying around the middle of a city? Yeah, I'd carry it there too. Honestly, the only reason I don't is because I don't have a holster for it, and I can't afford a holster for it. It's like I've looked up holsters for this gun, and they're extremely expensive. Like $250, something unbelievable like that. And oh yeah, it weighs probably 8 or 10 pounds. So I don't know if that's a lot of weight you want just hanging off your hip all day, every day. But I mean, nobody'd mess with you. Not with this thing hanging off your hip. So that's it. If you guys like this gun, you want to see more of it, just let me know in the comments. If you love it, if you hate it, if you have any questions about it, leave them there. I'll get back to any comments I receive. So have fun. Have a good afternoon. And signing off. See you guys later. Oh, by the way, this is not how I shoot it, in case you're wondering, because I would obviously not have a hand here anymore. I shoot it like this. I may make a video about that someday. Using the C-clamp on a revolver. Pow, pow. C-clamp. Ah! Just gonna crisscross to the jet out of this thing. Burn my hand.